Hello and welcome to Dad Got This, where we answer the tough questions like, what the heck is an Italian hamburger? Can you grill it on the Kamado Joe grill? And how does a hamburger wear its hair? That last one's easy, in a bun. This video is brought to you by the fine folks at Kamado Joe. And today I'm gonna use my Kamado Joe Big Joe Series 3 to grill up what I'm calling Italian style hamburgers. I'm kind of doing a play on a Caprese salad, but as a burger, because that just sounds good. To do it, we need to set up the Kamado Joe for direct heat grilling first. Let's do that. This is my Kamado Joe Big Joe Series 3. I've done a few videos on it since getting it. I cooked a chicken, I cooked some ribs, and I cooked some pulled pork. I've learned each time that I've done it, and I'm getting to know this grill a lot better. I thought a great test would be to do your most common barbecue thing probably you do is like burgers. Of course, I'm doing a weird twist on it, but I wanted to do some burgers. To do burgers, I'm gonna do them direct heat, you know, regular grilling style. Right now, I've just got kind of everything in here the way I store it. Let's pull this stuff out and get it set up. We gotta throw some more charcoal in here. I don't think this is gonna be enough even just for a burger. I'm using Kamado Joe Big Block. They sent it to me. I still have it. I was originally worried that I'd have too much charcoal in there and then I have to load it in and out, but the charcoal just stays in there once you're done cooking and it lights right up. Even out in the humid Florida weather that I have here where I live, never had a problem with leftover charcoal in the bottom and just putting extra charcoal on top and getting it lit. Speaking of getting the charcoal lit, this is what I use. It is a small handheld propane torch. Mine is terrible. It's rusted. The igniter doesn't work anymore. I need to get a new one. So if you guys have a good suggestion for one, let me know in the comments. I'm looking for a new handheld small propane torch. They don't even sell this one on Amazon anymore for me to link it to you guys. But real simple. Take your torch, get it going.
5 minutes later.
Sorry about that, I had to light it off camera. And that's it. After about a minute of just hitting the charcoal with the torch right in one spot, you get some nice white coals and you notice a little bit of a flame. They're pretty much started. I love starting the grill with that. I will never go back to having to use a chimney or the little fire starters or anything. That thing is so convenient. I need to get a better one. I set this up for a 2-zone cook. On the one side, where I lit the coals, no heat deflector, just the grate. On the other side, I did put down the heat deflector. That way it's gonna give me a side where I'm not right over the hot burning coals, and if I wanna toast or the burgers aren't quite done yet and I don't wanna burn them, I can move them over there. Or if I'm getting a flare up, I can go ahead and just move them over, let the flare up die down. And it's a great system. I love that you can set this up that way. For burgers, it is very important that you have all of your accoutrements.
Oh, well, now you're just making things up.
Ready to go so that you're not panicking and freaking out once you're on there grilling. It's easy to mess up a burger, believe it or not. You can overcook it, you can undercook it, you can burn it, you can do all kinds of stuff. And one of the things that can mess you up is if you're like, oh no, I don't have my cheese. Let me run in to go get my cheese. And now everything has gone wrong. We don't want that to happen. So let's go ahead and shut down the grill so it gets all heat soaked and ready to go. So by the time we've done all our prep, we should be good to go for burgers. I'm gonna set the bottom vent to a finger. That's kind of my normal. And while this guy's heating up, I'm just gonna open the top completely. I really wanna heat soak this whole dome so we get a nice even heating. What makes this an Italian burger? Well, a ciabatta bun, a tomato, fresh basil, and mozzarella cheese, or mozzarella if you're an Italian from New Jersey. I think these flavors melded with some nice grilled beef is gonna go very well. Not a lot of prep. What we're gonna do is we're gonna slice this tomato longwise, kind of chunky, maybe 1/4 to a 1/2 inch thick. You really want some nice tomato bite on your burger. Our basil we're gonna leave whole. We're gonna slice about the same as the tomato. Not too thick. We do want it to be able to melt. We'll deal with the bun later. All of this is gonna go in the fridge to stay nice and cold and crisp. For the beef, we are going with good old-fashioned 80-20 ground chuck. 80-20 for me is the absolute perfect ratio of fat to meat for burgers. So we're gonna go ahead and turn this guy on. Let's go 6 ounce or grams. I don't want these too thick where I can't cook them all the way through and they're raw. Now you don't want to work your hamburger meat too much because then it gets a weird texture. So just kind of get it into a nice ball that it's holding together. And I like to use parchment paper. Press it down, form it. Try to keep it round. Here's a tip when you make hamburgers. See how this is all like one uniform size? If I cook this, it's gonna turn into a dome and it's not gonna be good. You actually wanna put like a solid divot in the middle of your burger when you grill it this style, so that when it grills up, it's going to actually be one uniform size. So you really wanna almost have a ridge, almost looking like a pizza. You'd rather have it be a little bit dipped than domed, in my opinion. That should be about a perfect burger. Let's do that again. I'm only making two, one to eat and one to photograph, because it's just me right now. 2 burgers, ready for the grill. Do not pre-salt your burgers. If you season these patties before they go on the grill too soon, it is going to change the absolute texture of your burger and make it more sausagey than burger crumbly. A lot of people think, oh, you need to pre-season the meat. Do not do that. Season these right before they go on the grill. Kamado Joe's up to temp. It's reading about 500 degrees right now. So we'll close down the top and open this sucker up. As you can see, I got a nice fire going on the one side. I have everything I need. Let's make some burgers. One thing I like to do is take a little bit of high heat oil, something like an avocado oil, and kind of drench a paper towel. Get it nice and soaked in there. Now we're gonna take a pair of tongs and we're just gonna wipe down our grill grate a little bit with this oiled rag. That's just gonna season our grates a little bit, help with stickage. Now is when we can season our burgers. We're gonna hit it up with a little bit of salt. This is sea salt, it's not table salt, it's like a medium grain. We'll hit this side first, hit it with a little bit of black pepper. And this is go. 50% granulated garlic, 50% granulated onion. That's it, these burgers are ready to go on the grill. We're gonna go right down, seasoning side down, which will allow us to season the other side. For our bun, we're gonna split it all the way. I have some basil infused olive oil here. You can use regular olive oil if you don't infuse your olive oil with basil like I do. And we're gonna brush this on here. And these are also gonna go on the cold side of the grill. Got 2 nice slices of cheese waiting for me. Now I'm looking for browning along the bottom. Once I get that, I'm gonna go ahead and do a flip. This is the most important tool you can have when cooking a burger. Instant read thermometer. We're gonna pull this guy out and we're gonna see we're only at about 100. We really wanna get to about 130, 135. I like my bread. That looks good to me. We'll keep these guys over here just staying warm. Remember that flare-up thing I talked about, the 2-zone grilling? We're gonna move these guys over here because I was getting a little hot over there. We're gonna pull our bread, close this guy down for like a minute or 2. Pop it back open. Let's see how we're doing. Oh, we are at cheese-in time, folks, 1:30. Let that melt down a little bit. All right, assembly time. We want a nice thick slice of tomato. Here's a tip, always salt your tomatoes. They will taste much better. I'm gonna hit this with a little bit of Japanese mayo. Nice drizzle of olive oil. And if you want to be really Italian, get yourself some of these marinated and roasted peppers. And this is caramelized garlic in balsamic vinegar. Sprigs of those. And that is Dad's Italian style burger cooked on the Kamado Joe. Let's cut this bad boy in half. See how I did on the cook. Now you might be saying that's not medium rare. I wasn't shooting for medium rare. I don't like to cook ground beef that I got from the store to medium rare. I don't trust it, so I always cook it to medium. Let's give this burger a taste. Oh, that is a fantastic burger. There is no problem with juiciness. The mixtures of that cheese, the fresh basil, the tomato, all of that olive oil, that little bit of mayo really does make a difference. I like it because it almost tastes like an aioli, but I don't want to make an aioli because it's too much work. I love the addition of the garlic and the roasted pepper. If you can get your hands on those, do it. Ooh. And that ciabatta bread, just fantastic with a burger. Of all the burgers I have ever made, that's a 10 out of 10. Amazing burger. If you'd like to cook this burger, I suggest you do it on a Kamado Joe. Great cooker, amazing, just so easy to control the temps. Wonderful, easy to set up. I have loved cooking on this thing so far. It is quickly becoming one of my favorite grills to use. I really, really like it. I do want to thank Kamado Joe for sponsoring this video and providing the grill. If you want to support this channel, do the likey, subscribe stuff. YouTube loves it when you leave a like. I love it when you leave a comment. I answer just about every comment in my comment section. And if you really want to support this channel, consider becoming a member. Members get updates, they get early access to videos, they get all kinds of stuff. Shout outs, producer credits at the end of the video. It really helps me out. I want to thank each and every one of you who is a member. You guys are the best. I guess that only leaves one question to answer. Why did the burger go to the gym? To work on its buns. Yeah, pretty bad. Dad may tell horrible dad jokes, make amazing burgers on the Kamado Joe, but one thing Dad will never do is an outro. So that's it. Bye.
This episode of Dad Got This was brought to you by our producers. Thank you very much.
Mm-hmm.